Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today is going to be another fix-it video, but this video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a major fix. Hopefully it's just going to be a very quick video because really there's nothing wrong with this item here. So I paid £60 for it. It's an Omega Ladymatic. It says Seamaster on the back and it just says a beautiful watch, 1965, 1966, and it just says in it, runs but would benefit from a service. Okay, so I've been having a look at watches recently, so I thought I'd have a look at this one. Now let me use the macro feature and zoom in, and I'm going to show you what I am going to try and fix on this particular video. Right, okay, so I've zoomed right in close now, and you can see, considering the age of the watch, it looks absolutely amazing. So I don't know whether it's had a bit of work done to it in the past or not. Maybe doesn't look like it's been refaced, but then again I'm not going to know. Now like always, I'm not a professional watch fixer, I'm far from it. The last video was a complete failure. I'm hoping I will be able to manage this, otherwise I wouldn't risk it. Now what I actually want to try and fix is these black bits of dirt on the inside, and I think what they are, they're sort of scattered around the place. It looks like there's a few on the dial as well. It looks like the markers around the edge are starting to break down. Can you see? Looks like whatever it is on there, paint or something, it's okay on some of them, but on some of them it's starting to flake off, and that's what's happening. It's just deposited itself here. Now I'm going to be giving this watch to my wife, so I know she won't be happy about having dirt on the inside, even though it is an old watch. So what I intend to do is take the back off it and then take the movement along with the dial out, and I just want to clean the glass and also just clean any little bits of dirt around the place. Now I'm not actually going to touch the movement, so I'm going to do this while it's still ticking. It says it needed a service, but I've had this running now for a couple of days, and I think it only lost, I think it was like 1 minute or something it lost in the first day, and it seems to be keeping time today as well. So I'm not going to worry about servicing it, because with me servicing it I will probably actually do more damage than good. I can service it when I get more experience later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking the back off. This one is a screw back, and then we're going to have a look at the inside. I wouldn't mind knowing what's inside it anyway. So I'm going to zoom out for this bit so you get a better view. So I'm going to be using this tool here, and I've got to line it up with, for example, that one, and that one. So I'm going to have to bring them in a lot more. Okay, so if you look here, you can see that they're in all the lugs now, so I'm hoping I'll be able to just twist it off. I'm not sure how easy or hard it's going to be to come off. And I want to do it without really scratching everything up. There we go. Oh, I think it went. 1 second now. Let me try it again. Yeah, that's come now. Okay, excellent. Well, it's definitely got an Omega movement in it, so let me just go back on macro so you guys can see that. And there we have it. It's lovely, isn't it? Adjusted to positions, I'm not sure what that means. 24 joules. Okay, I wonder what, I wouldn't mind knowing what, oh there you go, there's some sort of number up there. I'm just going to scribble that down, and I wouldn't mind knowing what sort of calibre it is. Oh, there it is, 671. Right, okay, so that's that. Let me have a look here. I don't know why it's got that on it. Maybe it's, does that mean it was serviced or something at a particular time? What does it say here? Right, so for me, I think £60 is an absolute bargain. It's such a shame that the men's watches are so expensive in comparison. I mean, I don't know why the women's watches are so cheap, because I mean, it looks like a nice movement, it looks like a nice watch. So I appreciate they're smaller, but in a way, I presume when it comes to stuff like this, it's probably harder to make it smaller. So it must be just a fashion thing. It just they mustn't be desirable for whatever reason. Right, okay, so what I need to do is I need to remove the crown, because I need to actually get to the dial, and to do that, I'm thinking I probably have to loosen up maybe this one here a little bit. So I'm just going to pull the watch out. I need to get myself some good screwdrivers. That's just half a turn. Let's see if that will come. No, I'm going to try pressing in. No, I'm going to loosen it a bit more. No, maybe I have to loosen it a bit more. Don't want to loosen it too much, because sometimes it can undo from the other side. I don't really want to get involved in this watch like that. There we go. Excellent. It's come out now. I don't know what I did there. I just sort of pushed it back in, and then it came out nice and easy. Right. Okay. So that's good. At least that's out. Now we've got to take out the whole actual movement. I can see that there's a little one here. Can you see it? And also here as well. So hopefully, when I undo those two, I can then remove this, and it should just fall out. Screws in a little bowl. That's that side. Now I need to undo this other side. I hope I don't damage the balance spring. It's very close to it. Very close. Not too sure how to stop this watch either, but as I say, I don't really want to get involved in that. Just doing my best not to hit it. There we go. Right, okay, so that's out. So hopefully now I can just tip this up. Just going to support it. There we go. Excellent, it's out. Yay. Right, okay, now I can give it a clean. Looks like there's a little bit of green down the bottom here. Right, okay, I'm not sure what is green down there. Don't know. It's gone now. Right, so I am going to get those bits out and give it a nice clean. So I think I'm just going to get a Q-tip and give it a wipe. So I'm going to zoom out. Part of me is tempted to clean the little markers, because then if I cleaned them, it would kind of look immaculate. The only problem with that is it's the markers that show the age of the watch. So if I was to wipe the black off them, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to paint on new ones, and if I was just to wipe them clean, using some kind of like IPA cleaner or something, then although it would look nicer, I think it would be frowned upon, because the fact is it's an old watch. So all I'm doing is I'm just tapping them just to make sure no other bits fall off as soon as I put it back in. So obviously over the next coming months bits are going to fall off, but if I can just have it looking a bit better for a while. . Right, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm just going to clean up this glass. So when the face is out of the movement and stuff's out of the watch, you can really see how scratched the glass is. Right, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. The glass looks nice and clean. I can't see any black bits on it now. The dial looks better. I think I'm going to get the crown in first, because hopefully that will line it up a bit better. There we go. Right, okay, that's in. So I'm going to tighten up the little screw now by the crown, and then I'm going to put the other two screws in. Looking at that, rotor's not really spinning round, is it? Because I got this working by winding it, which isn't a problem, but it's supposed to be automatic. But the seems a bit stiff. Okay. Oh no, it is going. It is going. Maybe it just needs a bit of freeing up a bit. I think what I'll do is let me put the little screws back in it to make sure it's nice and secure, and then I can worry about it. Right, okay, well that looks nice. It looks like the crown's put it into the correct position. So I think I'll be okay just to do it up as it is. I think my other tweezers have become a bit magnetised, so what's happening is the screws just stick into the tweezers rather than dropping into the hole. I'm really struggling trying to get these little screws and the washers back in. They just keep falling over on me. So that's where I'm going to try this stuff now. So I'm going to use this to stick the screw onto, and then try to use this to put in there, because I might be able to get a more accurate, I might be able to sort of position it better than using the tweezers. So let me put it back on macro now. Right, okay, so using just a tiny bit of this made it so much easier to pop it in. I think it's because I could get so much closer to it rather than using my tweezers. You know, with this I can get right down onto it. Either that, or maybe I'm just not experienced enough with the tweezers, but whenever I grabbed it, it just seemed to go into the wrong place. Now, the watch to me is working fine, but I've just noticed that this just seems a little bit stiff. So for example, when I put it there, you can see gravity's not really taking it down. Now, I don't know, maybe that is normal. See, can you see? It's not, it will go in certain, it will go sometimes. There you go, it's gone now. So maybe that is completely normal. And also, I think my watch is near enough fully wound. So maybe it's supposed to be like this, but to me it just seems to need a bit more than a wiggle. So it could be normal, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a dot, and when I mean a dot, I literally mean a dot of oil just on that middle rotor there, the bearing in the middle. Now I haven't got, you know, when you look up online there's all these different numbers. Basically I just got some Anchor watch oil from Amazon. It could be complete rubbish, I don't know, but the reviews were pretty good. So all I'm going to do is, I haven't got any watch droppers, oil droppers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a needle, just the eye of the needle, through the lid, and I'm just going to tap it. Maybe it might not even transfer any oil. But if it does, I'm thinking maybe just a tiny little bit might be better than nothing, because I don't know when this was serviced last. Okay, so I've now zoomed in. I'm just popping the needle into the oil, and I'm just going to tap the top here. I'm not sure if anything will transfer at all. but if it does, it might help it just a little bit. It's the sort of thing where when I wipe it on a tissue, it doesn't really show anything up, so there's probably not any oil on there. But I'm thinking if I've dabbed it in there, there has to be a tiny bit. It's whether or not it transfers onto that or not. I do have to get myself some of those little droppers. Right, okay, so now I just need to put the case back on. Right, I'm not sure if there's a way you should start this, but the Seamaster thing wasn't level with anything anyway. So I'm just going to spin it just until it grips. Right, it's gripping now. Okay, and that's it. So now I just need to nip it up using this. Right, that's nice. Nice now. I don't want to go crazy with it. Right, I'm going to zoom in now and have a look at it. Luckily it's still working. Right, okay, so you can see all the scratches under this light. But if you have a look now, those black bits have gone, which is good. Ah, notice there's a little black bit there, isn't there? I've noticed a bit just there. Okay. Right, I'm not going to take it apart again just for that. But the rest of it looks good. Okay, so not perfect, but I'm sure the rest of these are going to come off over the next, months and years anyway. So it's going to have to come out again. Also, I need to learn how to service, and this would be an ideal watch because it's not too expensive to service. Right, so the good news is, although this watch looks a bit like a Frankenstein watch because it's got this aftermarket strap on it, and it's gone from silver to gold, so I'm definitely going to have to change the strap, or at least try to get an Omega silver, stainless steel or something, buckle, because it just looks silly with the gold against the silver of the rest of it. But this watch actually appears to be genuine, so I was worried it was going to be a fake, and I was also worried it was going to be like a Frankenstein watch, where it was all different parts, like, different case, movement, etc. But the very fact the dial's got some writing on it makes me think that it's been serviced at some stage, which is good. And also I've looked up, and online somebody's written, it's a little eBay article they've written, and it has all the different model numbers throughout the years and when the calibers come out, and also what the model number on the case means. So I'm going to show you that now, and basically it all checks out, looking like the watch is from 1964, that kind of age. So I think it looks amazing considering it's that old. So let me show you that website now. Right, so this is what I found. As I say, I don't know how accurate it is, but it seems pretty good. So it's How to Spot Fake and Frankenstein Omega. That's the web address there in case anybody's interested. By this guy, and 2014, and basically this is what it shows you down here. So to begin with, it's got the serial number. Now if you remember earlier, I scribbled down the serial number and it began with 21, and if we go right the way down here, you can see 21 is actually 1964. So that checks in with what the eBay seller put down. And then it's on about the movements. And if you have a look here, automatic movement, which it is, and R1 is it was a 671. And if you have a look under 1963, that's when the 671 came out. So if it was brought out in 1963, it's believable that it's in a watch in 1964, and this is an interesting one now. Now this is really blurry, so you can't really make it out. Apparently this is the source here, so you can check it out on that. But basically, on my inside of the case, it said 565.001, so 565. So 5 means ladies' watch, which it is, 6 means self-winding centiseconds, which it has, and 5 means water resistant. Yeah, so this watch does seem to check out, and it seems to be from 1964. So I think that's quite a handy website, if all that is accurate, and it kind of looks to be. Okay, so that's this one done now. So it was a nice easy one to do, especially using this thing here. In the future now, that's going to make it so much easier using that. So a little bit of knowledge gained there for myself, and you can see there the second hand sweeping round nice. So I think for £60 that watch is a bit of a bargain. I just wish that the men's watches were as cheap, but unfortunately they're not. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that. Hope you did too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe for more Trying to Fix videos. Take care, bye now.